What up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Full of These podcast, where we take a trip to Smack City and talk about some pop culture right afterwards. I'm your host, Big L. With me, as always,
It's pretty Diablo.
And it's me, it's DJ Ernie B.
This is DJ in my
oh
apartment.
yeah, oh yeah, back for another episode. We're gonna start off the podcast with some Black Widow talk because the 2 out of 3 of us saw it, so we're gonna be discussing about it.
Ernie's protesting the movie because he doesn't believe women should be superheroes.
I mean, just asking the question, why does this movie exist?
How is she beating up all those men?
She's dead.
Why are we getting? Why she get a movie after she died?
Yeah.
She's dead. She shouldn't have this movie.
Well, DJ Ernie B feels the same way a lot of people in America feels about this movie right now. It has some controversy in terms of, why it's being released now. What's the purpose?
Yeah, I mean, it
What's
should have
the
been
agenda?
released when Civil War was out, like after Civil War.
Yeah, that would have been a good time to do it, but things in Marvel wasn't as organized as it is now. The guy, Ike Perlmutter, he's like, he runs Marvel Comics, so
Oh,
he's in
yeah.
charge of a lot of the early Marvel Studio stuff. So he was like, he's just a racist asshole, sexist.
That shadowy figure in that one picture with
Yeah.
Trump where you only see him there.
Yeah, Trump supporter. So he felt like female superhero movies weren't gonna sell. Superhero movies with a black lead wasn't gonna sell.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to do Black Panther. He didn't want to do Black Widow. Captain Marvel was supposed to come out like around the time Age of Ultron came out, but this guy wasn't letting any of this happen. To the point that Kevin Feige got so pissed that he was like, "Yo," he went to Disney and was like, "Yo, if I don't take control of everything, I'm leaving. I'm done." And that's when Disney just gave Marvel Studios over to Kevin Feige, and this guy Ike and the rest of the crew got cut off from like the Marvel live action stuff.
That was the smartest thing they've ever done.
Yeah, that's why like the shows, like the Netflix shows and the movies, really didn't connect because like
Yeah.
it was like his own thing. It was like one side of Marvel doing the TV stuff at the time before the Disney Plus stuff, when it was on Netflix and like on Hulu or whatever. All these different shows that came out that weren't really connected to the movies. Like they'll mention the movies, but then we have no connections to it.
Yeah, no
Other than, like,
characters, nothing.
Yeah. So right now, those are not supposedly they're not canon right now, but with the multiverse, things should be changing up. But like one of those movies, I guess like this the Black Widow, they decided to have it now as like a goodbye for the fans. They were waiting for a Black Widow movie back when Civil War came out, like at that time, or even when Iron Man 2 came out, something like around that time for the Black Widow, since everybody else is getting their own movie before the Avengers movie. But it wasn't meant to be till now, so that's why it feels kind of out of place now, since like the Marvel universe is going into another direction, because it's like that was like the Civil War time of the MCU.
Okay.
Right now,
That's
it's
where
like
it takes place.
past. Yeah,
So it was like it's supposed to be like right after Civil War.
yeah. It's when she's on the run, pretty much.
And then before Age of Ultron, right?
No, it was after Age of
After.
Ultron. So
Civil War was after Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah, mixed up.
Yeah, so it was like her, like she was like hiding from the law, so she had time to do like her little side mission with her sister, which I think that's like one of the other reasons why this movie was being made. It was like to introduce the new Black Widow character,
Yeah.
which is what was her name in the movie? Yelena. Yeah, they just was like she pretty much stole the movie from Scarlett Johansson. You know what I mean?
I actually like her better. She's actually funny, and I mean Scarlett Johansson's funny too, kind of, but not as funny as her. She like I said, she stole the show.
Yeah, she's like built for like to be like a superhero type of character. You know what I mean? Like she's like, obviously that's where they're going, since the original Black Widow died. I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to get a new Black Widow into the MCU somehow. So this character was like the perfect person for it.
Yeah.
Which they teased at the end of the movie too, which is something we'll talk about later. But that's how I was looking at the movie. I was like looking at the characters that could be used later on in the MCU as if this is like its way of setting those characters up for future projects. You know what I mean? Even with like Taskmaster and like all these other characters that are introduced, they could have got some more time. But I was like, all right, this is like the MCU way of introducing them now for them to be used later on, and they'll be more fleshed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taskmaster, in this movie, I didn't like the way they portrayed Taskmaster because I kind of wanted him. Well, I guess we could spoil it for Ernie. You don't mind?
Yeah, of course.
So in this movie, Taskmaster turns out to be the daughter of the head of the Red Room training thing that Black Widow killed because she was on a mission to kill that guy, and she was trying to kill him, and she put a bomb in the daughter's book bag, so that when she goes home, it blows up the house and kills the father, but she didn't kill him. And for some reason, that bomb ended up just burning one side of her face.
So Taskmaster's a woman?
Taskmaster turns out to be her, the little girl, or whatever. Cause they mentioned her in the beginning of the movie, like, "Oh, you were in that mission, you killed that girl, you should feel guilty, whatever." And as soon as they mentioned that flashback, I was like, "That little girl's Taskmaster." Like I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, I kind of figure because that's like I don't know if you remember them mentioning like Budapest, Ernie, like
Oh
her
yeah,
and Hawkeye always talking about Budapest.
Yeah.
So
that was
that happened in Budapest. That was like her mission to like switch sides and join Shield.
Yeah.
So like, oh, if you want us to kill you because you're working for the Red Room at the time, and you want to get out to work for Shield, this is what you have to do. You have to kill the guy who's running the Red Room. And the only way the only way like Natasha knew where he will be at the time was like through his daughter, because anywhere she's at, he's gonna be there 100%. So that's why she was like, oh, she has like a lot of red in her file or whatever. Like that's what they were talking about in earlier movies about Natasha's past. So it was like she was willing to use the girl as collateral damage. She even said that in the movie. Like she was willing to make that sacrifice of killing the girl to get to the dad because it was part of the mission.
Yeah.
So I came back.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you can go ahead. I was
gonna say, and fun fact, in the first Avengers movie, when Loki was trying to like get to Black Widow's emotions while he was trapped in that glass thing, he mentioned that mission where she killed that little girl. Like he mentions her name. Like Drake, he says Dreykov's daughter, not her name.
Yeah. So it was like it's something that I guess the MCU had planned for a while. Like the thing with the Taskmaster, I was like, okay, I know a lot of people are fans of his in the comics or whatever, but if you just know him from the movies, it's pretty much she has the same powers. Like she has the same powers.
Yeah, that's the best thing about Taskmaster.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like she copies the person's. Like she gets the person's moves, their fighting skills, their how they handle weapons. She gets it directly downloaded into her brain. Because it's something that's the only thing too. It was kind of hacky the way that they made like the origin for her. Like, oh, because of the explosion, something happened with like part of her brain was like missing, and they had like to use like electronics for her to survive. So that way she's able to download like all. Because in the comic book, this dude just has powers that he can mimic other people. But here they had to use they had to make an excuse why she's able to do it instead of just giving her powers.
Being like skillful or
give her powers. Like,
just give her powers. Like
on toxic waste. Whoa.
That's her thing. Like she was exposed to some shit that made her. But they went with that complicated storyline, and it was fine. It was whatever. Like I said, this is like I feel like they're gonna have Taskmaster show up in the future some way. It's too good of a character just to have like one off and that's it.
Yeah.
And she, spoiler alert, like she ends up surviving.
Yeah.
In the movie, like this is another thing about the movie too. It was like one of the first Marvel films that really didn't kill off like any bad guys except for like
Dreykov.
Dreykov, the guy who was running the Red Room, who was just a piece of shit. But everybody else had a chance to redeem himself. Like Master, you know, had her free will back.
Yeah.
So she's a character that might show up later on in the MCU with maybe like they'll have her be more like the comic book version, probably. Like since she's her
I would
own
hope
person
so.
now.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, or maybe she just gives up the mantle to somebody else, maybe like a mutant that has the power
Maybe,
that she has, and he becomes Taskmaster. Who knows?
Fun fact
Someone,
about Black Widow. Another fun fact. They introduced the first mutant.
oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because it was like the actor that he played him. He made an announcement like himself. It wasn't like a studio thing. It was just the actor who played him in the
But then they
movie.
confirmed it though, like the studio, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they confirmed the character he played. Yeah,
Yeah. And he's a
but
mutant.
yeah, but like him saying like, oh, technically I'm the first mutant appearing in the MCU.
Technically.
Yeah, technically, yeah. So it was like, there's this scene that in the Russian jail when they went to break out the Red Guardian, at one point in the movie, the Red Guardian, there's like this huge ass dude that he's about to arm wrestle, and the Red Guardian ends up breaking his arm while it was arm wrestling. But that dude, his name is Major Urso.
Ursa Major. Well,
Ursa
is
Major.
Ursa Major, but I thought that was like his tag name or whatever.
Yeah, that's like his name or whatever. But like he's like a giant bear. Like he's like a human, like a mutant he just turns into a bear. Then he's like in his bear form all the time.
So the Russian Avengers are called the Wintered Guard.
That's right. Okay, yes.
And he's their Hulk.
Gotcha. I was like, I know this. Like, I knew of this, and I was like, wait a minute, where did I hear this from? But now I remember. You guys were telling me about that.
Yeah. So the actor was like, yeah, that's the person I was playing. Like, I'm technically the first mutant in the MCU, this and that, even though he didn't turn into a bear yet. But you gotta get it where you can. So
yeah, it's just dormant inside him at that time.
Yeah. Maybe they go back to the Winter Guard, since Red Guardian and like all the Black Widows end up surviving. So maybe they go back to that story, which will be interesting because Red Guardian was another good part of that movie too that I enjoyed. Like the character,
was my favorite part.
David Harbour was like he just killed that role. Like he was really into it.
Yeah. He has this running gag where he would like be pouring his heart out, and then whoever he's pouring his heart out to would just like walk away while he's pouring his heart out. So he'll turn around, there's nobody there, and be like, "Whoa, come on!" And he has another.
Mental here.
He has another running gag where he lies saying that he fought Captain America. Like that he was lying in jail saying like, "Oh yeah, I fought Captain America this time or that time." And Ursa Major, the guy who was arm wrestling, said like, "Wait a minute, Captain America was frozen at that time, and he broke his arm or whatever." And
he's calling me a liar, like that type of shit. Because it's funny because that line had mad people with theories coming out the woodwork about like which Captain America he fought. Even though like David Harbour came out and said like, oh, he was just bullshitting because that's the type of character he is.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yeah, because supposedly he fought Captain America in 1985, but like Ursa Major said, like Captain America was frozen in ice still during that time. But then like all these people, like the clicks, they were trying to get clicks or whatever. They're like, oh, he could have fought Isaiah Bradley, like the Black Captain America at that time, this and that.
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah, but I like why would he do that? How would that make sense? Because the dude was in jail. And he's gonna get out of jail, and he's still gonna be Captain America after he gets out of jail, like to fight. But like that was an interesting theory. But like when the actor was like, "Oh, he was just lying about it because that's like his character," I was like, "Okay, so it's not anything. He was just talking out of his ass about that stuff."
And like a few moments later, when he meets up with Black Widow and they're like walking to their next destination, he stops her and he goes, Hey, Natasha, does he talk about me?" And she's like, "What? What are you talking about?" "Captain America. Has he said anything about me?"
They had to have that MCU humor in it.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, he was like a funny. He was like a great part of the movie, though. He was fucking
Yeah,
hilarious. Like
I
he
want
was
to see
like,
more of him.
yeah, he was like he has this delusion of himself, like the way like he's because he seems like he was Red Guardian for a while in Russia. Like they had toys in his
Yeah,
costume. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he was like this big hero at one point for Russia
like
before he got
he was
yeah.
hyped, thinking he was gonna be the Russian Captain America.
Yeah. So whatever happened, he ended up going to jail. So we'll see. Like maybe he'll show up again for a future project.
But damn, he has
Who
Captain
knows?
America powers though.
Yeah, yeah, he is a
Yeah,
super soldier. It's confirmed. I guess Russia had like their own version of the super soldier serum. So he's like the only super soldier for some reason. But he's the only one.
He's their Captain America.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
Russian
maybe
guy
we
who
get
invented it got drunk and forgot.
For real?
No, I'm just
yeah,
being
he
racist.
went yeah. So he went straight to the vodka right afterwards. He
You
said,
should
"We
have
did
told me to write it down before I drank. That's why you're my assistant,
Dimitri.
Dimitri.
You asshole, Dimitri."
I was about to give it to my friend Ursa Major.
Oh shit. Imagine that's really like the first viewing that shows up in MCU was this dude. Like on some random
I
like
would love that.
a random ass inmate that gets his arm broken in the movie at one point.
They need to make Russian Avengers the movie. The
You
Winter
know who's
Guard.
before I saw the movie who I thought was gonna be Taskmaster was the dude that helps her like get planes and shit like that, her friend in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a British dude. I'm like, oh, maybe he's the because he had like a secretive role when he was announced, so everybody was assuming that he was going to be Taskmaster. But then they were like, nah, he was like a totally different role, and that's when I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
what's going on with this? Like the
The
Taskmaster stuff, I don't mind it. Like I get why people, the few fans he does have in the comic books, are like, whatever. But I don't think he was supposed to be like that big of a part of the story anyway. So it doesn't make sense for for people that like he always seemed to be like the henchman of the movie, and that's all he was gonna be. He wasn't gonna be like nothing bigger
yeah.
than that.
I thought he was the main villain. Oh,
He's sort of the main villain because he's like the most flashiest villain in the movie.
Yeah, yeah. Like, he's like he's like the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
isn't Taskmaster a woman?
Yeah.
Well, she.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait, I'm confused.
Oh yeah, no, she.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I was going with this.
And like
Yeah.
Taskmaster's
Oh my God.
powers, I understand the Taskmaster fans, but Taskmaster's powers are dope, but
Yeah,
he can't emulate strength. So if he's fighting the Hulk, he's fucked.
yeah. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like you'll fight like Captain America, but after a while, the Hulk is gonna fucking overpower
Yeah.
you after a while.
Like he could be Captain America, but like the Hulk, forget it. Like he has no chance.
Because like there's like one comparison I like when somebody was like, "Yo, that's like you asking for a backstory for the T-1000 in Terminator 2." Like, no, like this guy's just there just to be the bad guy. There's
Yeah.
no, there has to be no personality, no story. That was like the role of Taskmaster in that movie, just to get rid of Black Widow, destroy everything. She didn't have a mind of her own till like the end of the movie, so she was pretty much just like a mindless machine going after her target.
I see.
And the comics, Taskmaster eventually creates like a school to teach villains how to fight. Like that's how washed he is in the comic books. So it's like they're doing him a favor in the movie.
Yeah.
And that would be something interesting to see in the MCU. Like they'll show her training like whoever needs to be trained, like henchmen or whatever. Her,
Yeah.
who knows? We could take this character. Like she's still alive, so there's still be a possibility that she'll return in some capacity in a future project somewhere. Maybe the Thunderbolts movie that people are talking about that's coming up. I don't know if you know about the Thunderbolts comics. It's like a bunch of like
I know there's a movie coming
ex villains that are like good guys.
Yeah, it's like
Trying to
Suicide
be
Squad
good.
for Marvel.
Yeah. But no, they're not gonna. They don't have like bombs on their heads or whatever. Yeah, because like you have, because at the end, after the credits scene, the same government agent from the Winter Soldier from Seinfeld, Elaine from Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, I forgot her name already.
Countess
Valentina.
Valentina, yeah.
She was in Seinfeld, is that?
Yeah, Elaine.
Elaine from Seinfeld,
Oh, yes,
Julia
Julia
Louis Dreyfus.
Julia Dreyfus. You remember her that she showed up in
in Winter
so
Soldier, Falcon
yeah,
and Winter Soldier.
yeah. So before COVID hit, her first cameo was supposed to be Black Widow, but since Black Widow got pushed back, they're like, oh, we could use her in the Winter Soldier, since we had to stop production too, and we like some time in between the movie and the show. So that's when they first used her, was for the Winter Soldier, but she was first supposed to show up in Black Widow.
Yeah.
So at the post credit scene is like Elena going to visit, like she has like a tombstone for Natasha and like Ohio when they were growing up together, like undercover.
Mhm.
So she's there at the gravesite, paying her respects, and Countess Julie Louis Dreyfus shows up, and like pretty much what she did with U.S. Agent in Winter Soldier, like, oh, they made it seem like she was working for her like already, so they were already
Yeah.
working together.
So she's like kind of like the new what's it shit, what's this guy's name,
Fury.
Nick Fury, yeah,
Like the
Yeah.
evil
like
Nick
her,
Fury.
yeah, doing her own kind of Avengers, but like bad guy
The Dark Avengers.
type of.
Yeah. Well, we don't even know they're bad guys though, because like
Oh.
really,
That's true, because John Walker
was,
didn't end up a bad guy.
yeah, he wasn't really like he was seemed to be like. I think it's gonna be like more of a realistic view of superheroes, and like in the real, like it'll be like Marvel's version
Mhm.
of like the Boys or something like that. Like we'll have like U.S. Agent, have like the new Black Widow, and like she tells what's her name again?
Valentina.
No, the Black Widow,
Elena.
Elena. She tells Elena that Hawkeye was responsible for Black Widow's death in Endgame.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Yo, you want your revenge? This is the guy that Natasha got killed over." And she shows him a picture of Clint in the Roland uniform. So now it seems like the new Black Widow's gonna go show up in the Hawkeye show that's coming out on Disney Plus.
Yep.
Which is like setting up for more like younger superheroes. So people are saying like the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Like the Black Widow now could join the Young Avengers because they have like a new Hawkeye.
In Falcon and Winter Soldier, that the kid that becomes a Patriot,
the grandson of
Wanda's kids.
Yep.
It's through Quicken and Speed.
Riri Williams, Miss Marvel.
Yeah. They got Miss Marvel coming out with her show too. They got mass shows setting up for like the younger generation of superheroes, which is going to be for the younger audience that are growing up with Marvel, but they're still young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's for them now. So all this stuff is setting up like we won't get it probably till like after like the Doctor Strange sequel, because we have to get like Wanda's kids from like another multiverse or something.
Yeah, probably in the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, pretty much. That she's gonna be a big part of it, so maybe it'll happen there.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Also, what's her face is what was the lady from the lady witch from WandaVision?
Oh, Agatha.
Agnes.
Agnes.
Oh,
Isn't
Agatha,
she gonna be
not Agnes.
Yeah, Agatha. She's gonna be in Doctor Strange, right?
Well, I don't know if she's gonna be Doctor Strange. She was
I saw something that confirmed her being in something.
no, Kevin Feige was like that he would have had her in. She was they wanted her in Doctor Strange, but she couldn't do it because of scheduling.
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige was like, no, well, you're gonna see her soon. Don't worry about it. She's gonna show up real soon. Like we want to work with her again. So she's obviously gonna pop up again.
Yeah.
So it looks like Marvel's gonna really lean into like the magical side of the universe right now. And this in this new phase is gonna be more about like the mystical shit, the more like the multiverse. You have the dragon Fin Fang Foom from showing up in the Shang-Chi trailer.
Yeah.
So they have like all that the methodical stuff coming up soon for the MCU, which is dope because a lot of people thought they were to go to the cosmos, to space, and focus on that for the Phase 4, but it seems like they're concentrating on the Earth shit first
Good.
before they do more space stuff. It looks like to me, because then like don't forget they're gonna have like a Secret Invasion, which is
Right.
the casting too. So I think that's gonna lead into more space stuff. It's Skrulls and the Kree and all that crazy shit. Because
The
like,
Koreans?
the
You said
Krees.
No, I
The
Creed, the band.
no, I said Koreans. I was like,
We're gonna fight the squaws. Everybody stay out of this. We don't need no
Korean.
Avengers for this.
Oh man. So yeah, so I think that's gonna lead into like the space stuff, like the Secret Invasion shit.
Yeah.
They got Daenerys from Game of Thrones. She's playing like a character, which she's making like she's her character sounds like an agent, a spy. So it could be either two things. It could be Abigail. What's her name? Abigail
Abigail
Brand.
Brand.
Yeah,
I would like that.
Who's yeah, she's like the head of Sword, which is like what Nick Fury's working on with the Skrulls in space, like the new version of Shield, but it's gonna be called Sword now.
Another
So
mutant.
they could be that, or it could be like the daughter of the Skrull from the Captain Marvel movie that she's growing up now, and she's like an agent for them.
That'd be
Which
cool.
is like, so that'll probably be like a new character for them to introduce.
Damn, so she's doing Marvel and DC?
How she's doing DC?
She's officially Mira, isn't she?
No, it's still
I
Amber Heard.
remember reading an article saying like,
Nah,
oh yeah,
bro.
she's working on that movie.
No, Amber Heard, like she shared like a picture of her first day on the set the other day.
Okay.
I saw an article that was like that people want her to replace Mira.
Replace Amber Heard.
Mhm.
And then
that was like some fan casting shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
then like I saw like an article that was like, Amber Heard is definitely like still Mira, like that's not changing.
Speaking of Amber Heard, did I lock all my locks on my door?
It's been a while. It's been a while since we had an Amber Heard alert.
Amber
Heard alert. An Amber Heard alert. Yeah, I think I'm good.
But yeah. Speaking of that, Jason Momoa said they're gonna start filming tomorrow, actually, for the Aquaman sequel. So that should be interesting.
Nice. This time I'm gonna spit in the water when I pass by it, because I'm not drinking.
Oh man! So I'm hearing that James Gunn might just jump ship and just go over to DC and do a bunch of films for them after like the last Guardian movie he's gonna do for Marvel.
I mean, I feel so bad for DC that I'm like, yo, just take him.
I don't know if you guys remember, like he was supposed to be like the guy for Phase 4.
Yeah.
Before he got fired from Marvel, he was like the guy on pace to be taking control of the next phase for Marvel, like in the space realm, like type shit. So, but after he got fired and got hired again, I guess the plans changed. Yeah. So he was like talking about how DC like they are less involved in the editing process, which a lot of people just fucking laughed because they were like, Zack Snyder about that. Because he was like, because like Kevin Feige's more involved with the editing and stuff like that. And I was like, and people took it like, oh, is he saying that he's tired of the Marvel way of doing things or this and that? But most people are just like, oh, he's just saying that he prefers it like that. Like he's less stressed. But that's like, now that they're trying to do that, I guess, because they're not trying to screw up anymore than they already have.
I thinking about it now though, it could be that they were just micromanaging Zack Snyder. because they knew that he was just gonna just
he was gonna fucking go like nuts.
A 24-hour movie, you have to watch it the whole day.
Oh well, also with the first Suicide Squad movie, the David Ayer cut, they completely changed the movie after the first trailer came out because a lot of people responded so highly to the first trailer. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
So for some reason, Warner Brothers was like, "Oh, let's just make the movie more like the trailer," because the movie wasn't like the trailer. Like the trailer, like it gave you a taste of what the movie was, but it wasn't like. And that's when they did all the changes, like that's when they did the shit that they introduced each character with a song and the file and all that shit. They added that shit after the trailer. So, for James Gunn to be like, oh, DC is less involved than Kevin Feige. I can see Kevin Feige being involved because he has a vision, like he's in charge of the vision, and everybody like he just had a meeting. He said about the multiverse with everybody doing movies. Like he was just not like telling them what they could do. Like he just gave them rule for the multiverse, and he was like, "All right, do whatever you can, but here's the rules they have to follow for the multiverse."
Nice.
So I guess maybe that's what the type of thing he's talking about. Like Kevin Feige is more involved in that way.
Yeah.
Like he's overseeing like the one big story they're trying to tell. Instead of DC when they were trying to do that in the beginning, but they were just like trying to fast forward everything.
They were like,
and
yo,
do everything
they told
fast
me, yo,
and
just
quick.
make Guardians of the Galaxy happen for us, man.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Well, the early reviews for it, like it's been real positive. Everybody's loving the new Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, I'm
So
excited for it.
I'm excited to see it. Like I have the HBO Max ready to go when it drops on August 5th.
Nice.
You gotta watch it.
I have
I think
my torrent program ready to go too.
oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying it
block
all
that out.
really. Yeah, I gotta cut that all out.
Allegedly. That's for my FBI agent that's listening to me.
Yeah. They start cracking up. They're like, watch shit for free, huh?
That's not what I do with Black Widow.
Yeah.
And I heard that they're also like basically Dave Bautista's done after
Yeah.
Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Like Drax, he's done with Drax. That's another thing too, is like these guys are talking about the end, but it's like they're kind of bitter about how it's going down for some reason. I don't know. Like I remember Dave Bautista talking about like how he wanted more of a story for Drax. And I know too, a lot of people are looking forward to like the Drax Thanos killer Drax, that the
Yeah.
killing machine than what we got with the first two Guardian movies.
He's just a funny guy now.
Huh?
He's just like a funny guy now, like
Yeah.
a comic
Yeah,
relief guy.
the comic relief.
That's how I like him. I mean, in the comics,
That's cool.
I'm not a Drax fan.
He's one dimensional. He has one agenda
Yeah.
to accomplish it, which is like killing
Is Thanos there?
Thanos. Yeah, that's his thing.
And
kill Drax.
forget about him in the 80s and 70s when he was just like Drax with the cape, like a dumb Superman. Me just want to kill Thanos.
I didn't actually dumb them down after the Infinity War miniseries. And it made it more dumber for some reason.
Really?
I forgot what it was. Yeah, when he was like speaking like in like one word sentences and shit like
Yeah.
that. Weird times in comics right now.
Oh my god.
Boy, there's exciting times in gaming right now, isn't there? Fred Diablo.
Oh yes, there is,
couple-
man.
Couple of joints dropped on the gaming side of things.
When I tell you a new wireless gaming handheld has been revealed that's more powerful than the Switch, who do you think developed it? You would think Nintendo, wouldn't you? With the new Switch OLED.
You would think so, since it's something new they're announcing.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo has been successful with the Switch. Why not release a souped-up version for people who are willing to spend $400+ on that, right?
Try to get some of that computing demographic.
Yeah.
Like computer gaming demographic.
Kind of,
PC gamers.
but price-wise. So, price-wise, kind of. It's $350, $50 less than what I said. But it's the same old Switch, same specs, same graphical capabilities, but it just has a nicer screen.
It's just like a wider screen or something, right?
Yeah. Unless you're like a hardcore Nintendo fan or just getting into the Switch, there's no reason to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a hardcore Nintendo fan, and I was like, I'll buy it because I like the screen. It looks nice. It's $350, whatever. It looks cool. I would love to play the new Metroid game on that. But it's the same thing. It's the same system, just another iteration. And a lot of people were upset about that. They were expecting the Switch Pro to come out.
Yeah.
And they were disappointed by that announcement. And man, like a few days afterwards, Valve, the creators of Steam,
Yeah.
announced their own handheld, which is like twice or three times more powerful than the Switch. You could run like current games on it. They say it's like PS4 level stuff you could do on it, which is fine. Like, you
Right.
could pretty much play anything on that thing. Not
Yeah.
in like high graphics, but good enough. And it costs like the lowest. They have like three models, and like the lowest one is $400, $50 more than a Nintendo Switch OLED. So
But then you can transfer games, though, right?
yeah, you could download all your Steam games into that handheld and play whatever game you want, depending on like how much space you have.
Yeah.
So like what was it called? Like the library. Like, this is a console, and whenever a console is released, like the thing people look at is like the release library of games. Usually it's like 10 games or whatever. This is fucking thousands of games that you could install on this shit and play on the go. That's a
Yeah.
huge deal.
Like anybody who has Steam or like who's into like PC gaming, I guess, would know exactly what you're talking about. They just
Yeah.
like just so many games.
Like, dude, that little thing, you can just play the Steam games that you bought but you never played. Just play it to there. Like, while
Yeah.
in bed or whatever.
Super Meat Boy.
I love Super Meat Boy. I play
There
that
you
on my
go.
TV.
No, I played that game.
But
Oh
yeah, like
man.
you could play Steam games, and it's actually not just a console, it's also a PC. You could
Just like a tablet.
Yeah, you can minimize the Steam thing, plug it into a monitor, and just use it as a PC. Plug a mouse and keyboard in it, and do non-gaming stuff on it. This is like the
Oh,
perfect little machine for people who want to get into PC gaming but don't want to build a system. Just buy that. If you don't care about graphics, get that, and you're good. Install like the Adobe suite and like learn other shit besides gaming.
Yeah.
And also, they allow you to install other gaming platforms in it. So you could install BattleNet and play Overwatch on it.
nice.
Yeah, it's sick, man. And it has expandable storage too, so you could plug a little SD card in it, get like a 1 terabyte thing, plug it in there, and you have even more space.
Jeez. And also it'll support a terabyte.
Yeah, you know those micro SD cards that some phones you could put that shit into.
Yeah, yeah.
It has a slot for that, so you could get a 1 terabyte version of that and just have
That's
more
dope.
games.
That's pretty
Dang,
dope.
that's dope.
And it's
Shit.
funny, the day they opened up the pre-orders of that system, I partook in that because I pre-ordered it. I was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
able to pre-order the best version, like the most expensive one, basically. And that day, like, it was almost impossible to do that shit. I had to keep on like reloading the web page because like my payment wouldn't go through, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm not gonna get this. It's gonna be impossible." And then
Yeah,
it
it'd be
finally
some
went through, and I was like,
bullshit.
"Oh shit!" And then later on,
Damn.
I found out like mad people didn't get to do it. And it
Yeah,
comes out in December, so that's when I get to
Oh,
get it.
nice.
December this year.
nice.
Pretty dope.
Little
Yeah.
Christmas present to yourself.
Yeah, my Christmas present, exactly. It's cool though. Like, it has a two trackpads on each side of the screen, depending if you're like right-handed or left-handed, and you could use that for mouse control. So if you're playing like a RTS game, real-time strategy, and you want to use the mouse, you could just like drag your finger against it, and that'll be your mouse. And like for first-person shooters, it has tilt controls. So if you're aiming with the stick and you want to be more accurate, you could tilt the screen and like get a better, a more accurate shot and
Yeah,
do what you need to
better
do.
aim.
Yeah.
Nice. That sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It knocks the lights out of the Switch, man.
What are the differences it has from the Switch?
It pretty much has a similar screen, like it has the same resolution as the Switch with the 720p, which means the battery life is gonna be pretty good on it. Differences besides like the library of games, which is like past
thing
the
is,
10,000s. Um, I don't know. It's pretty much the same thing. Like just like the Switch, you could plug it into your TV and play on the big screen. You could just wirelessly hook up an Xbox controller to that and just play games, or a PlayStation controller. Like the creators Valve, they were saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna release a dock for this, so you could like put it on the dock, whatever. But they're like, I mean, it's just for aesthetics. You could pretty much just buy any USB-C dock and just plug it into that and use it instead of the one we have. You don't have to. You're not nailed down into doing one specific thing. You can just buy cheap
Yeah.
shit and plug it into that, and you'll be good.
it's more like the people's handheld console.
The people's handheld Yo, and the timing when they announced that shit was perfect. Like right after the Switch OLED. Like I was thinking about buying a Switch OLED when this was announced. I was like, "Fuck that! I'm getting this. I'm focusing on that thing. I already have a Switch."
It took all Nintendo's thunder. Like, yep.
They really did,
Oh.
man.
Thought you get people to pay for the same shit.
Like you could literally install the new like Resident Evil 3 on that and play it.
Nice. That is dope.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
I know my friend, like he got so excited playing a Switch one day that he this coworker of mine that he just brought a system for himself. He's like, yo, I had so much fun because you play one of those party games with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
So when he brought the system for himself, he was like, yo, I hardly pay this shit. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to sell it. Like, he tried to sell it like a couple of months after you bought it. And I'm like, dude, why would you buy a fucking Switch if you didn't know nothing about like the games that offered or how to really use it?
Yeah.
Besides the fucking party games you were playing, or you were thinking you're gonna have like a bunch of people over your apartment all the time to play the Switch and
You
shit.
need people
like,
to play that shit.
Megan did that. That's exactly what Megan did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like out of nowhere, I was like, "Why'd you buy this?" And they're like, "Oh, 'cause it's fun." I was like, "Yeah, but like you're not gonna play this."
yeah.
If you don't know anything about Nintendo games and you don't play them that much, there's no point in getting a Switch. Like that's the point of getting a Switch, and you like Nintendo games.
The only time that we do play it though is like when like there's friends over, like because then it's like let's play Mario Kart, and and it's fun.
It's the party. It's the party system.
But yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Mario Kart, go ahead.
Oh no, it's like how we used to fucking beast on the Wii when you first got it, and you were living with Lodo and shit, and we were just there all the time, just playing mad like tennis, boxing, all this other shit.
Bowling.
Yeah.
Bowling, yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of Mario Kart, I was playing recently a lot of Mario Kart.
Oh really?
Like I really got super into Mario Kart. I don't know, I just had like the itch for it.
Yeah, it happens.
And like I just did mad shit. I got obsessed with it for a little while and I just stopped. It's a super good game. I love Mario Kart.
Yeah, there's definitely Nintendo games that like just never like die because they're so good. Mario Kart, fucking Smash Brothers. I was gonna say Brawl, but you know what I mean.
Any Smash Brothers, really.
Yeah, it's just certain ones, and then like all the Zelda games and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Switch isn't my favorite system. I love PC the most out of everything, but Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, like it still has its thing about it that like you for especially for gamers, like you gotta have anything Nintendo, something Nintendo.
Like if you look at my Switch, it's just all Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Anything else I could get on PC, I'll just get on PC.
So that's always what Nintendo's good at too, because they know his audience.
Yeah.
The people that want to buy our shit. The games they're gonna want to play. You have Link, Mario, Super Smash Brothers. You're good. Like for whatever system they put out, you got those 3 games. You're gonna be good.
Yeah, that's what you need.
And you could do whatever next level shit you come up with, and people still buy into it.
Yep. Like me, I'm a Nintendo guy. Like if Nintendo announced a game about like paying rent and shit, I'm in front of the line to get that shit, which I did.
It was crazy because they pretty much failed with like the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U was garbage.
Yeah, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna do the Switch." and they're able to turn
Knocked it out of the
around.
park.
We use like the Switch OLED basically
The
of
proto Switch.
you know what I mean? Like you know how like what Wii U was to the Wii, it's what the Switch OLED is to the Switch. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
It's like it's an upgrade, but not really. And
Because
like
the Wii U
no one,
wasn't. It was more of an upgrade. It was a completely different system from the Wii, kind of.
yeah.
But it had
Oh,
like better
there
graphics and shit.
was actually also I forgot about it too. It was like the beginning of the Switch because it had the portable
The
section,
screen
right?
thing.
Like the handheld kind of section, right?
It didn't have
I don't
handheld
remember.
games until way late.
Mm,
But people were mad confused about the Wii U because they thought it was just an upgrade to the Switch. That's why it
okay.
didn't sell well.
I see. Exactly what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. That you just demonstrated the problem with the Wii U.
Yeah.
I remember I bought it and I was like all about it, like, yo, this is the future. Like,
Nah.
controller has a screen, man, and that's it.
Oh
I remember
shit.
when I first showed Ernie, like, I had a Super Mario game, which was basically Super Mario.
Mm.
And I was like, yo, this game is so dope. Like, it's on the Wii U, like the graphics. And you were like, oh, yeah, it's like Super Mario. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what triggered me thinking, like, yeah, it's just
Wait
Super
a
Mario.
Yeah.
I remember, like,
Wait a minute.
I think once you got the Wii U, that's the only time that we ever, well, at least when I was there, that we ever played it.
Yeah.
That one time, and then that's it. Like, I never saw the Wii U ever again.
It was popular for like a one-time party thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's gone away. The forgotten systems.
Yeah.
They never took off.
Like the Wii before that was mad fun. Like
Yeah.
that fun lasted a long time.
Yeah, the novelty of it all. It lasted longer than like they really didn't have to do the Wii U.
Nah.
I think they were just desperate to throw something out that was
Yeah.
new.
They
Right?
should have just skipped to the Switch.
Mhm.
Yeah. That should have been like the next big thing.
Yeah. Because the Switch has basically the same graphical capabilities as the Wii U, but it's just completely portable.
Yeah.
Like they've ported a lot of Wii U games to the Switch, and they found a second life there, a life they could proudly live,
Yes.
like Mario Kart 8, which fucking still slaps.
Yeah, you heard about Netflix getting into video games now?
I heard about
Wait,
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna have like you could like stream games, probably, right? That's what they're thinking about doing.
That could be the most brilliant thing or the most stupidest shit ever because Google already fucked it up with Stadia.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Whatever. I haven't heard anything about that fucking Google thing.
No, nobody likes it. Like you
No.
have to pay a fee, like a monthly fee to use it, but you also have to purchase games within it. So you're paying a monthly fee plus buying games at full price. Like Xbox knocked it out of the park with I forgot the name of it. Xbox Now or something like Xbox Live. I don't know. But like they have a thing where you pay a monthly fee and you could play any game for free.
Yeah.
Like if an Xbox game comes out like brand new, you could play that game right away for free if you're subscribed. And it's on PC.
I'm surprised Google didn't do that shit for some like a new console that nobody's really sold on. Like you should have some shit like that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you only have to pay the fee, but you get all these free games. I
Take the
think a
hit.
lot more people. Yeah. I think a lot more people fucking pay the fee. You have more people.
Yeah. If it's beneficial, like people they'll come. If you build it, they'll come. It's like Valve with the Steam Deck, the handheld Steam thing. Like
Yeah.
they were talking about the price, and the CEO of Valve was saying like, yeah, like we had to take a hit on the price because it should have been more expensive, but we're selling it for less than we should to build the audience, you know?
Yeah.
because they want more people to buy it. Like that $400 one is, I'm sure that most people are what most people are going to buy.
Hmm.
But they're actually losing money on it. The only way they'll gain money is if people buy games while on it.
Yeah.
If it makes more people buy games. That's pretty much how all systems work, honestly. PlayStation, Xbox, like they sell their systems on a loss, and they rely on people to buy games in order for them to make up what they need
Yeah.
for that loss.
Exactly.
Selling systems is crazy, man. Got to make my own system.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boys. But with Red Diablo, all games are porn games.
Yeah.
All games are porn games featuring me as the only character.
They're one of these cheap ass consoles from China. Just,
Yeah.
slap your face
China.
on the box.
My face
Yeah.
like pasted over Mario.
Yeah. It's the Fred Diablo console. Check it out. You have 200 games downloaded into it already.
Yeah. And it's modded so that every male character has his dick out while you play. I'm good with mods.
There you go. Oh man. Talking about mods. There's a whole mods of Loki.
Yes. Full of
And
Loki variants.
the
Fucking-
Loki variants.
Fucking Sylvie modded the multiverse.
Yes. Oh man. So Loki finally wrapped up its first season. We're actually getting
Yes.
a second season, guys. The first Disney Plus MCU show to get second season.
Better than I
So-
expected.
Yes, it was a great job all around. The directing, the writing, the acting.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I think it was my favorite Disney Plus show so far.
Yeah,
MCU.
me too.
I think it was gonna be my favorite, but
What it is.
Freddie was like, but
No, it's
Yeah.
like this is like it's pretty much opening up phase 4.
yeah.
Like this is what you're expecting. Like obviously spoil alerts. We're gonna be talking about everything here, from the villain behind it all to like everything that's leading up to the pretty much the madness of the multiverse, because it's been busted wide open. So it's interesting. We got to see Loki go through his character arc again, but like in a shortened time. And people pointed out like I was listening to the Cosmonaut Variety Hour, his review of Loki,
Mhm.
and he was like, he pretty much like how this Loki went through his arc on Loki in the movies. Because the Loki in the movies, he was still kind of like an asshole.
Mhm.
He'll do some fucked up shit, but then like, he'll do something nice at the end. But he really hasn't learned anything.
Yeah.
But on the show, it looks like he finally gets why people have this opinion of him, and he realizes like, oh, he doesn't want to be that way anymore, which is like, which is fucked up because you finally realize that at the end, but only to get betrayed by himself in the form of Sylvie, and get tossed out to another time stream.
I still
In
don't
the-
trust Loki, and I'm sure he has an agenda.
Which Loki? The male Loki?
Main Loki, male Loki.
Male Loki?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure like he didn't want to kill He Who Remains, right? That was his thing. Like he didn't want to cause more chaos. So he was probably trying to figure a way to for them to defeat He Who Remains.
I think he was trying to like at least stop, let's think about this. And Sylvie was just like, nope. Like, just
Yeah.
kind of,
Whose
Yeah,
side
it's
were you
like-
guys on?
Hmm?
Whose side were you guys on during the argument?
Loki's.
Really?
I was on Loki's.
I was
Yeah.
on Sylvie's side.
to just, but like I knew that because you knew what was gonna happen. I knew, you know.
Yeah, like you knew, like, okay, the multiverse has to happen because like they had
Yeah.
like the entire Phase 4 is pretty much based on multiverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have killed him immediately.
But
I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Let this multiverse happen.
I think I'm kind of biased because like me knowing what's gonna lead into it is like, okay, we're gonna get all these other like multiverses, all these cool versions of like all the heroes we know.
Yeah.
But I can see why Loki didn't want that to happen because it would have been like, all right, look what one of these guys was able to do. Like he was able to get rid of like all his realities by himself. He was able to control the fucking cloud monster. What's his name? Elias. To destroy realities, to destroy everything. He pretty much ended the war because he was able to control the creature.
Mhm.
So Loki figures like, oh shit, if there's more of these people, more of these guys, and he say like most of them more like they're meaner, they're more cruel. Some of them more cruel than he is. So they had like such a hard time dealing with this guy. So imagine somebody who's like doesn't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna destroy everything, and I don't care what's in the way.
Then
I-
there's probably a reality with a good Thanos.
Maybe.
he comes
There
through and he's like, hey,
there probably is one in reality somewhere. That's the beauty about the multiverse. You
Yeah.
never know what you're gonna get. You could get anything really. You could get like all the things make sense now. The X-Men, like the X-Men movies from Fox, those god awful Ghost Rider movies that Nick Cage did.
Hey,
They're all
hey,
canon.
hey,
Like
hey.
everything's canon now.
Easy on the Ghost Rider movies. Easy on Nick Cage. He's canon Johnny Blaze.
He's not MCU canon. He's canon in some other universe, but not an MCU.
In
verse.
Agents of Shield.
They didn't show Johnny Blaze's face when he
I just
converted.
assumed it was Nicolas Cage.
He just thought he's like, that's Nicolas Cage. I don't care what
Look
anybody
into my
says.
pen and stare. Oh.
And as well as like Marvel owns all these rights now to all those characters, so they really could be like, yeah, those were all like multiverses versions of these characters. Like, the Ben Affleck Daredevil, the fucking Fantastic Four films that Fox did, they all could be like different branches of the multiverse.
Yeah.
And you know Sony's gonna be like, yeah, make us a multiverse too, please.
Yeah,
Make the new Craven movie a multiverse thing.
be like, is that the Venom verse right there? Is that the Venom?
If I was Marvel, I'd be like, no.
Well, Kevin Feige did say there's a chance that the Venom might be crossing over with Spider-Man at one point.
Yeah, I would take Venom.
Like, they could be different ways. They're probably gonna bring, this guy Ed Hardy, not Ed Hardy, Ed Hardy, right?
Ed Hardy, yeah. Isn't
Ed
it Hardy?
Hardy.
Edward Hardy?
Tom Hardy.
Tom
Hardy.
Ed Hardy's a wrestler.
No, Ed Hardy's the fucking
Ed
shirt.
Hardy's the
Oh.
shirt.
The douchebag used to wear.
Which Hardy is a wrestler?
Jeff and Matt Hardy.
Okay.
Is Jeff Hardy, you're thinking?
The Hardy boys.
Yeah. There's too many Hardys out there.
It's not. Yeah, it's way too many Hardys. But the douchebag Hardy eclipsed them all.
What was the Hardys like? What were we talking about with the Hardys?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah, Tom
Thomas
Hardy.
Venom.
He could show up as Eddie Brock as Venom, but like not the one from the movies that Sony is doing. They could like have like him as Venom, but like already a Venom that has like the white spider logo on his chest and hates Spider-Man, wants to destroy him. It could be a lot of possibilities with this
Oh yeah.
multiverse stuff.
No Morbius, please.
And I think, yeah, well, more is gonna happen if you like it or not. They already shot it. It's already filmed.
Jared Leto's gonna come through. Me too.
We got that one trailer, and that was it. We didn't get nothing else for that one, but that one trailer. So I'm like, oh man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Morbius. They have people excited because Michael Keaton shows up. They're like, ah.
Oh, that's right.
He shows up at the end of the trailer.
That's canon, bro.
But
Vulture.
people are like, they show the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in the poster.
Oh, that's right.
They don't show that MCU Spider-Man. They show the Tobey Maguire.
It's just
So-
upsetting me.
So they didn't have a Vulture in the Tobey Maguire movie. So maybe Michael Keaton's the Vulture in that universe too.
Maybe.
A lot of shit.
Maybe
A
Michael
lot
Keaton
of
would just
possibilities.
ask him in the middle of the film, like, "Hey, like, what reality are we part of? What's going on?"
I'm
Was that your
confused as
Michael
hell
Keaton impression?
Oh, you liked it?
It was kind of. I saw where you're going.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
I gotta
It was
work
good
on
for the- You gotta work on it a little bit. It was good. You got it. You got the mannerism down.
Yeah, he did the little like.
I can do that.
So
Yeah, the little head shake.
A little head shake. Oh, come on.
you wanna get nuts? Now you just sound, you wanna get nuts. You were sounding like Beetlejuice.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Anybody can do let's get nuts, dude.
So yeah, Loki leading into Far From Home. Maybe. Who knows what that?
Yeah.
Because that story, like, it's so like it's gonna be so much shit going on in that movie. Like, I don't know how they would get all of it into it. But I know Doctor Strange is gonna come out, a few months after Far No Way Home.
Loki just
Wait.
fucking unlocked the fucking toilet, like, and all this
Yeah.
shit just came out.
We're probably gonna see like the Sinister Six from like different universes
We get
showing up.
Spider-Verse is canon.
Oh yeah,
It could be
Is it?
canon. I mean, it could
It
be canon. I
can-
mean, it's Sony, so Sony's gonna be like, yeah, it's canon.
yeah. I think Sony's gonna be playing along more with the Marvel
Yeah.
way of doing things.
And you know what? For Spider-Verse, I'll agree with Sony that yeah, it's canon.
Yeah,
My favorite Spider-Man.
yeah. No, it was a great Spider-Man film. I don't have no problem with that being canon.
Yeah. After
Like
Loki,
you got motherfuckers that are saying like the Amazing Spider-Man movies are canon, so whatever. Like it's a Spider-Verse could be canon also.
that's gonna be a no for me.
There's Andrew Garfield fans for some reason.
Mm-mm.
They're out there.
It's the young kids that didn't, you know what I mean, like that were born in like 2010.
He was a good
basically.
Spider-Man.
Or like 2008.
Kids who were born in 2008.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like, cause then they grew up like, oh, that's Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, think about it, like, like you bought a Spider-Man toy, but from that time, like that's a Spider-Man toy that you thought of, you know?
Like, wow,
Like me,
Spider-Man's the coolest edgelord.
To me, like my Spider-Man that like, oh, when I was a kid was well, there's also like Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends and shit like that, but he was always like in my head. But like the animated series, like that was like my like, oh, the Spider-Man. You know, I know everyone hates it now, blah blah blah, but I freaking loved it. You know, from Fox.
Yeah.
That show. So it was like that's like the Spider-Man that I knew, kind of. You know, and I was like, oh, not live action. I just mean like. Growing up, that was the Spider-Man that I was like, oh shit, that's my Spider-Man.
Everybody has that one Spider-Man that they're fond of. Remember.
Then of course, Tobey Maguire came, and like that just changed everything.
Yeah, that's like everybody's Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he cried in front of that mirror in the first movie.
Yeah, I will never forget. We were watching that movie, and like every time that he did that face, I looked at. We were in the theaters. And I'm like looking at, I'm watching, right? And then like once I saw him do that face, I looked at Freddie, and Freddie's just like,
But Tobey Maguire, you know how to cry.
Oh shit. Well, let's backtrack to Loki from the Tobey Maguire crying.
We still haven't talked about like the massive reveal.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the show?
In total?
Yeah, like what you thought was like great
the
about
end.
it. Then
the end was like the hands down, but that made it the best out of all the shows for me.
Like I gasped when I saw the statue.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of Planet of the Apes, like I showed you guys.
Yeah.
Everybody has that comparison. It's like, oh shit, what's the story behind this?
Yeah, because it was like like I was kind of I like that it was all these bunch of weird kind of like they were getting like with the whole timeline stuff throughout the whole show throughout the whole series because I was just like so there's like that they're kind of explaining the multiverse like the
Yeah.
beginning of like because I get very like confused with shit so it's like once they were showing that and like once I saw that like I saw that statue I was like oh shit like she sent him to another timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was like to the point, and then like when Mobius and the Hunter whatever lady, they were like, who are you? Just another variant. Oh, just do this or whatever. And they were like, they didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. So like I got super excited from there.
Yeah, because it's like, like it's opening up like so many possibilities right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, where are they gonna go from this right now? Like how is this Kang different? Because like he wasn't called Kang in the season finale. Like it was
No.
He Who Remains, right? But I was like
Yeah.
one of Kang's variants that
Yeah.
was controlling the TVA at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And with his death by Sylvie, she just opened it up like for all these other Kangs from all these other universes to come and like to pretty much wage war like they were doing before this guy won the war, the multiverse war the first time. So it's pretty much gonna happen again because like that's what the Kangs do. That's in their nature. So for us to see like where's it gonna go now, like are we gonna have another multiverse war going on?
Yeah.
Like what's gonna be like what season 2 is gonna be about,
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
season
more
2 is gonna be about the multiverse war. Well, the new multiverse war. I think the new multiverse war is gonna be what the new phase is gonna culminate to, like Secret Wars. Because if you think about it, in an interview a while ago with the Russo brothers, they said like after Endgame that they were done with like Marvel movies unless they could do Secret Wars. And if you're Marvel and Disney, you're gonna be like, fuck yeah, like we want the Russo brothers, so we're doing Secret Wars.
Yeah. Well, I think like that's gonna lead into Secret Wars eventually, but I don't know if it's gonna be Phase 4 type of thing because they still gotta introduce the Fantastic Four and the
Yeah,
X-Men and all
like
these
it's gonna
other
be the
characters.
culmination of not Phase 4, but like the same way the Infinity Saga was. It's gonna be like the
Yeah,
next big thing.
I think Kang's will be like he's gonna be like the big thing for Phase 4,
Yeah.
which and then it's gonna probably lead into like Doctor Doom probably towards the end of it because
Yes.
there is and what's crazy too. Technically, Kang was the first character that Fox had the rights to that appeared in the MCU now. Like he's like the first character because Kang and like Immortus and all these other characters were Fox properties because they were like he debuted in the Fantastic Four, but
That's
as
right.
Kang he was in the Avengers. He made his debut as Kang in the Avengers.
Before that, he came out as Rama Tut in Fantastic Four.
Four. So it was kind of they owned the rights to the character. So I guess since he appeared in Fantastic Four first,
King Tut.
and he's as Tut, he was like the same character though. So like they had the rights. So Jonathan Majors is like the first actor to play like a Fox character in the MCU universe finally as Kang.
Fox never did Ursa Major?
No.
Have a big ass bear come through the X movies. Yeah, I
Yeah.
drink vodka. Colossus, come drink with me. Yes.
Oh man. The way this guy was talking about it, I was like, watch this guy start wearing like a bear suit around. I'm ready for this role, guys. Let's do it.
The bear hoodie thing from Workaholics that they gave to Mark Summers.
I'm
If
the
I
first
played
mutant. Let's do this.
if I played Ursa Major in the movie, I'm fucking wearing that shit all day, no matter where I go. I could be in a funeral, I'll be wearing that.
It's the major.
Ursa Major.
Yeah, so hopefully in season 2 of Loki, Morbius gets his jet ski. See what's going
Oh
on there.
yeah, I was expecting a jet ski for season 1, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I was waiting for that scene, man. But I guess with season 2 coming up, that's probably gonna be it.
You know what I want to see more of?
What's
Alligator
that?
Loki.
Alligator Loki.
Croaky.
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 Oh yes.
That's what people are calling him, Croaky.
Oh,
yeah.
and also with young Loki, another member of
I
Young
want to see more of
Avengers.
young Loki too, and
You
classic
know,
Loki.
classic Loki too. They're all great. All the characters are
Yeah,
great
they
in the
were
show,
awesome.
man. Like, you just wanted to like hear everybody else's story.
Yeah.
Because this is what the series is. This is what this is what I noticed too. Like looking at all the reviews for the show, this show is pretty much just talking. Like you have some action scenes here and there, but it's just mostly like people just talking about shit. Like
Yeah.
either like Morbius and Loki talking, Loki and Sylvie talking, Loki, Sylvie, and He Who Remains talking in the season finales. Just them talking like for 40 minutes at the end.
And as an audience member, I'm like, more.
Yeah.
It's free real
Nah,
estate.
yeah, because like it's so exciting like everything that's to like coming to Marvel in the near future. Especially with Jonathan Majors as Kang, is like he's playing it one way because a lot of people are like, oh, why is that so goofy? Why is that like it's supposed to be like a serious? I'm like, he's playing one version of this character. Like, you understand with Kang, there's multiple Kangs. There's multiple ways you could do Kang. Like, there's no like one way you could have Kang. Like, I'm pretty sure once he's Kang the Conqueror, it's gonna be totally different
Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
than the way he was as He Who Remains. Because you gotta remember, He Who Remains was like there for millions of years,
Mm-hmm.
like
Alone.
repeating time over and over to the point that he knew everybody's move beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So of course, that's gonna make you a different person than you were originally for anybody. Because this guy was like just a scientist that discovered the multiverse, and it's how everything began. Which, if you guys didn't know, Kang's name is Nathaniel Richards.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, and he's a descendant of Reed Richards,
Reed
Mr.
Richards.
Fantastic.
Actually, he's not a descendant of Reed Richards, technically. He's actually a descendant of Doctor Doom.
I heard that too.
Yeah, he's just named Richards for some reason. Doctor Doom, I'm sure, like.
Well, supposedly, since Reed Richards' father, Nathaniel Richards, is also a time traveler,
Yeah.
people are saying that like that was his descendant
That
from the future that he had in the
Oh.
future. Like that's his son from the future.
My theory was that Nathaniel Richards, the descendant from the future, is also Reed Richards' father.
Oh, see, that's a lot of shit there.
There's a lot of crazy ass shit.
Yeah. So people are like, they don't know what's that gonna lead to in MCU, because people are like, oh, does that mean like Reed Richards is gonna be like they're gonna cast a black guy for Reed Richards now? Like, who knows?
I wouldn't be mad about that.
The thing is, like, it's the 31st century, so it doesn't mean technically Reed Richards have to be black right now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because it's gonna be like what thousands of years in between. So I'm pretty sure,
Gene Pope
it could
could
be
get
anybody.
really diluted by that time.
But they probably gonna, Kevin Feige said they don't have no plans of casting the Fantastic Four anytime soon. So we have to wait on that one, see where they're gonna go with that.
Man, I really want John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic.
That's what a lot of people want.
That's what he wants too.
Yeah.
He's been pushing for a Marvel role.
Yeah.
I really think if his wife agrees to be Sue Richards, that they'll get the roles right away.
That's a given.
I think that's what Marvel's waiting for, to get like the wife or.
You heard what she said about it, right?
What?
She was like that. She does not want to do these movies. Like, she hates superhero movies. And they asked John Krasinski if he wants to do any of these movies, and he was like, hell fucking yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She probably gonna be more convincing.
He just has to convince her. Like, baby, come on, you could be Sue Richards, and we could be a family in real life and in the movies. Come on, it's crazy.
Did you guys ever watch the show The Good Place?
No, I heard about it though.
Yeah, it's
yes.
Yeah, it's the guy who did Parks and Recs. He did. It's a real funny ass show. Like I'm on second season right now. It's hilarious. Well, there's a dude there, a black dude that everybody's saying he'll be perfect, like for Reed Richards.
Oh, really?
Like
Oh,
for
her friend, the black guy.
yeah, the black guy's trying to teach her how to be good and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he plays like a smart nerd, but he's also kind of buff. So
Yeah.
people are like, oh, he could be like good, be rich. So who knows
Okay.
where they're gonna go in that direction.
Man, but John
the
Krasinski is
future.
like my dream cast. But he'll be.
Yeah.
I guess he'll be good too.
Everybody's like John Krasinski default.
Yeah, he's a
Richards,
default.
Everybody wants. Yeah, everybody wants that. I think that's like everybody's first choice. You know, get the people excited for it.
You saw a picture of Hugh Jackman with Kevin Feige recently?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And right after he posted that picture of the Wolverine claws on his Instagram.
We'll see, man. I just want another more Wolverine-centric X-Men movies.
Yeah.
I think we should give them a rest for a while.
I mean, I don't want that either, but my ego is like, make Wolverine the main character of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Come on.
Fox already did that, bro.
Yeah, they did. They did, and they botched it.
They beat it over the head.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I'll be happy as him as like the Wolverine, like the real Wolverine, like badass, but not the main character.
Like I don't know. What do you want to come back to play Wolverine? Because it's gonna be like
He could still pull it because
it's gonna be more movies, right? And it's not gonna be anytime soon. It's gonna be like years down the road. And he's already like 50-something years old, bro. I'm thinking he's gonna want to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I'd
rather recast, man. At this point,
at least for like an alternate dimension Deadpool Wolverine road trip.
Yeah, if he shows up like in Doctor Strange, that'd be dope.
That'd be cool.
Like, oh
yeah,
shit,
you're right,
Wolverine cameo. Yeah.
He's too old to continue.
Yeah.
But he'll be like an older version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
He'll be old man Logan.
But like, not that old, like a little younger. But yeah.
But I think that also Kevin Feige was saying that they're not trying to give like these actors these big long-term contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to keep them like, based on movie and movie, or they would have planned out. So, that for me, that sounds like they could probably hire a lot, like new up-and-comers, like they're not well-known.
That's the best thing to do.
Like they did with Chris Hemsworth and Thor, Loki, all these guys are like no-name actors. They got on the cheap, and they paid them more when they saw their movies were making more money.
Yeah, it definitely went. Like it started making a lot of money. They're like, you know what? Like we need to cut back on these contracts because you're giving away lots of money.
Yeah, it's like all right, you got these guys signed for 10 years. It's like oh shit.
Exactly.
And most of these movies are making like $1 billion. So you can imagine the cut they're getting off of that.
Yeah.
Like now that they're like taking chances on like low budget actors, like my dream is for like one day for me to be walking down the street and I just hear some guy say, "That's on you, Wolverine!" And he's pointing at me, but then he's like, "You move out of the way!" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I just want to be there.
That would be somebody like fucking Clint Eastwood's son. He gets the role because he's just Clint Eastwood's son.
It's not like in between them, be like, that was a really good choice, I guess. I mean, I don't really follow his father and his ways.
Yeah, but Zac Efron as Wolverine? Oh, okay.
I'm with it. I'll be there with my X-Men.
I approve.
I'm with it. All right. I have a Dunkin' Donuts bag eating a donut. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was pointing at me, but okay.
Yeah, Zac Efron right here.
We found our Wolverine. I'm wearing the Pickle Rick shirt. What?
This means too, all these time loops and stuff like that. It's just like multiple timelines. Now they can show like clips of the old movies. Like that's the multiverse. This is the so-and-so universe. You have the old Captain America movie from like the 90s.
The 90s.
With the Italian Red Skull, so German.
I believe the matter is.
Yeah.
With the see-through shield.
Oh, that was a TV show.
That was a 70s one.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
Italian Red Skull is the one with like the weird ass bumpy face when he tried to put the skin over his red skull.
Yeah, like his head was like bigger.
It's like bigger and bumpy and shit. And in that same movie, Captain America carjacks like 2 people.
Yeah, he does the same move.
Yeah.
Pretends to be sick.
Like, oh, I'm sick. Oh, let me get out of my car and help you, sucker.
Yeah. No, he runs real fast.
Yeah, he
Like,
doesn't
can't
have to.
catch me.
He just runs to the car and drives away. And they're like, what the fuck? I drove you to Italy. What are you leaving here for? I don't live here.
I was helping you.
I was helping you, Captain America. I'm James Buchanan Barnes.
It's me. It's old Bucky.
Did
they have a Bucky in that movie?
Nah.
No, right?
I actually recently saw it. They don't have a Bucky.
Yeah, no, I see you have it on your Plex.
Yeah, allegedly.
Imagine Freddy goes down for Captain America in the 90s. That's the movie.
The 90s Captain America. If I'm going to go down for a Captain America movie, it has to be the good one.
It has to be Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Not Civil War because that's an Avenger.
Or the Dolph Lundgren Punisher.
No.
That would have been a little better if you just had the costume throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Instead of him just wearing all black, just have the Punisher outfit on.
And also, if Brandon Lee was in that movie and he tells him, hey, before we fight these guys, let me just tell you one thing. You have the biggest dick I've ever seen. Frank Castle. And just have him go, okay. That's fucking weird.
That was a weird moment.
I wouldn't even tell my close friend that. What the fuck?
He said, actually, Brendan Lee said, doesn't he say, because I was watching that, like, the video, like, a video that was, like, the worst lines in movies history.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
But he goes, like, you have the biggest dick I ever seen in a man.
Whoa!
Wow.
That's what he says.
Damn, rest in peace, Brandon Lee. Holy fuck.
So he seemed just like not as big, but like just as big
in a man. I think bigger
he
dicks
said in
on
that
women.
Movie in Showdown Little Tokyo. He said that shit.
Yeah, he said the biggest dick I ever seen in a man.
Yeah, I must have seen that movie mad times when I was young, and I don't remember that shit. Like,
yo, when I saw it as a kid, I was thinking like, yo, I guess that's how men talk to each other. You look at another guy's dick and be like, hey, that's a pretty big dick.
Were they about to die or something? And he said that to him?
That was
no.
like the final like. No,
they were just getting ready to go and fight. Like they were getting their guns ready and shit, and they were about to like go out and start shooting people. And he's like, hey, before we go, you got the biggest dick I've ever seen in a man.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
That was like his prep talk.
Yeah, I should be thinking about that the whole time while I'm killing people. He just said it's the biggest.
Like
dick.
when did he see his dick though?
Yes, no I don't know. I guess he saw the shape in the pants. And he was like, hey, that right there.
He saw that bulge.
Man.
He's like,
it's like a tube of Pringles.
You should be proud of that, buddy.
Oh, God.
Let me give Brandon Lee an interesting fact, and let's not leave him dirty like that.
Yeah, sure. He's dead. We gotta respect him.
He was supposed to play Neo in the Matrix.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, if he would have survived the shooting. The Matrix is like one of the films he was looking at before he died to make.
But like, didn't he die in like 96 or something?
Like 93, 94?
Okay, so but then Matrix came out in 99.
99, yeah, but like scripts are still.
Oh yeah, that shit was in the works for a while.
Around.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think they didn't start filming like till 96, 97.
So I know they offered Will Smith the
yeah, Will Smith too. Yeah.
But he chose Wild Wild West instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Will Smith would have been terrible.
Yeah, would have been terrible.
Definitely.
But Brandon Lee, I don't know though.
I know kung fu. This is how I'm fight kung fu.
Like,
Neo,
"Wow, I gotta go
Desperado,
for a while."
Rough Rider.
Oh.
No, you don't, Desperado.
Hey,
But Brandon Lee, though, I don't know. He had like 2 good movies where he acted good, like The Crow and Rapid Fire.
Rapid Fire was good. I like Showdown in Little Tokyo was good too. That was a good one.
The Dick line
The
just
decline just turned you off.
gets rid of all the acting skills for me.
Was it worse than the Ice-T in New Jack City? The infamous, I want to shoot you so bad, my dick's hard.
It's hard. Nah, because I've been there.
You want to shoot somebody that badly?
Oh, I want to shoot you so bad, my dick is hard, but I won't. But I won't. I'll just get gun
I just think
blue
of
balls.
baseball right now.
Yeah, I just think of baseball and baseball players just shooting each other.
Oh,
Nah, but think of a
shit.
good Brandon Lee movie besides The Crow and
Rapid Fire.
Rapid Fire.
Then that was it, right?
Laser Mission was trash. What other movies he was in?
The only movie I know is The Crow. I didn't know about those other movies until you guys mentioned it.
What, Laser Mission?
No, yeah, I never heard of that movie.
That's actually a
You
Brandon
never
Lee
heard of
movie.
Rapid Fire?
Never heard of Rapid
never heard of
Fire.
Rapid Fire?
What's the movie that he's like a waiter and then like some shit
Rapid
like that?
Fire.
Okay, see
Yeah.
that? Okay, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew that one. I didn't know
That
that.
was that was like his big movie before The Crow. I remember commercials for it.
See, I
Yeah,
remember that movie, but I didn't
And they
remember.
showed it like mad times on TV, like growing
Yeah.
up.
That was
And then that
one of the first
little-
movies where I saw like people fucking.
Okay.
And I was there with our older cousin, older than Elmer, and we were watching and like he covered my eyes while it was going on. But I still saw.
Yeah, you still saw.
That little Tokyo movie, I never heard of that until like recently.
You never saw it either?
Nah.
Oh man, it's like pure '90s. Like
Yeah,
it's like on some The Perfect Weapon shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's those type
that
of
movie.
movies.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's like those type of movies that he was making, like those straight like low budget action movies that are not like in theaters, but you catch them on like
Like you'll find them
Cinemax. Yeah, like HBO.
Where everybody's
like,
like, who can match Arnold
Blockbuster
and
or
Sylvester?
What?
Where everybody making movies were like, who could match Arnold and Sylvester?
Oh yeah.
Nobody, that's who.
Nobody.
Dull.
Duh.
Dull. Were we talking about Loki?
Yeah,
Before
we were talking
Brandon
about
Lee?
before
How did we get
Brandon
from
Lee.
Loki to Brandon Lee?
We've been taking these turns with Loki. Like it's part of the multiverse. We end up like the Brandon Lee universe for some
We're
reason.
hoping there's a multiverse where Brandon Lee stays alive and he films The Matrix.
Or he's an MCU somehow.
Yeah, he plays Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi? That would have been perfect.
That would have been dope.
Oh man, the Shang-Chi actors are probably going to listen to this and be like, hey,
Yeah.
come on. I'm
This
good.
guy's pretty racist.
Crazy Rich Asians. Come on. Is he in that?
Probably.
No. The actors.
They all are.
I know Aquafina was.
I hate her so much.
I hate her name.
I hate her name. I hate her voice. Like
A lot of people was like, she stopped talking like a black girl now since she's becoming famous.
Ah,
That was like her whole thing, right? That she was
Yeah.
like
I
the
didn't know
Chinese
that.
black girl. Like she
Mhm.
had like the black
Black
little.
voice.
Yeah, she was doing a black voice.
I just saw all these posters with like some Aquafina girl where she's like trying to be silly, and I'm just looking at like, why is she funny?
Yeah.
She's not. She's not.
Is she funny because her name is Aquafina?
Maybe.
Like
I mean,
I watch a lot of Comedy Central, so like they keep posting. First off, her show is coming back in like October or something.
She has a
Yeah.
show?
yeah,
Yeah.
she has a show on Comedy Central.
Ah!
It's called Nora from Queens.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
she's
right.
doing
I saw a
the
poster for that.
The same commercial, and like every time, like her little line, I'm like, why is this? Who thinks this is funny? Like what the hell?
Like, who's this for?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Who's Aquafina fans? I haven't met Aquafina fan yet.
And she was a rapper or something, right?
Yeah. She was all over the place. Yeah. Now she was being Shang-Chi.
Yeah, because she's Asian.
Maybe she dies
Yeah.
in Shang-Chi.
Huh?
Maybe. I saw her figure too. I saw her action figure. That should piss me off.
She has an action figure.
Yeah, in
Damn.
Target you can see it because all the Shang-Chi, they have
It's the marketing, bro. They know the Chinese people are gonna be buying the toys when that shit comes out, bro.
Sure.
They don't get that many Chinese superheroes, man. They're gonna see all these toys, they don't know what to do. Let's give everybody a toy.
Mm-hmm.
Aquafina's our new hero.
She's like the Darcy. That's like if Darcy had a fucking toy.
I'll buy a Darcy toy.
I know you would buy a Darcy toy.
Oh yeah.
Try to take the shirt off and shit. Like, yeah.
Take her circus jacket off.
Let me see them big ass titties.
Take over bitties.
Yeah, big ass nerdy titties.
You nerd.
Did you get powers too? Like Monica Rambeau? Got the power to give me a hard on.
Before we get too deep into the titty talk, what you looking forward to the second season of Loki?
Mobius.
If
more
there's
Mobius,
something you're thinking about, more Morbius.
Mobius and his jet ski, man. He finally gets it.
We probably get like his backstory finally, like who he was before he got taken.
More Renslayer.
Renslayer, yeah, because she's on a journey too to find out like who's running everything.
Maybe a sex scene between her and a Kang variant.
Well, she got mad. She got mad, like scared after Miss Minutes gave her that file to read. Because I don't know, you remember she asked for like the beginning of the child variant, but like Miss Minutes gave her another file to read, and she's like, "Why you giving me this for?" And after
Kang
she read
decided,
that, she was like, "All right, I have to fucking go on this mission and see what the fuck's going on now." She was taking place.
That's because part of the information that she read was that Kang likes to fuck with his helmet on.
She was into that kink.
I want you to look in my eyes with my blue face helmet thing and try to figure out what this is about.
Hey, why
you
did
want to call me the conqueror?
You see my apocalypse lip thing? Yes, I'm trying to figure it out.
Do you think they bring Kang back for a second season, or are they gonna let him like chill? So like, because he's supposed to make his grand appearance in the Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania,
as like Kang. But for if season 2 of Loki comes out before Quantumania, I would like to see a variant of Kang. But if it's after Quantumania, when they reveal like the real Kang, like a badass Kang, then I would like something else.
Yeah, because I think Quantumania is like 2023. So
okay then.
Loki probably gonna come out before that in the second season.
Then I would like to see a Kang variant in that case.
That'll probably set up for the Kang appearance in the Ant-Man movie.
Yeah,
so we'll see, man. Loki, I loved it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Love where they went with it, the storyline. What they're gonna do next. The director is not coming back for season 2. She said Kate Herron. She directed the first season. She said she's not gonna come back to the second. Because it seemed like the second season was just added on last minute. So everybody was like had different things set up already. The head writer for the season, look at his name, Michael something. He was a Rick and Morty writer. He's writing the Doctor Strange sequel, Madness of the Multiverse. So, see, man, we have. That's what I want to see the next phase, like different stories, because you can't do the same Marvel movies over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we want to see like the weird shit, the comic book shit.
Now they have the multiverse. They could just take from whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy that DC technically started the multiverse first, like in the live action stuff
Yeah.
when they did like the two flashes and stuff like that. But like nobody talks about it. Like nobody's really talking about the DC multiverse, like how they have like the Marvel stuff setting up already. Like Marvel's already setting it up little by little, but so much at the same time.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, the endless possibilities. And like I feel like DC's gonna fuck it up somehow. Like they're gonna fuck up the multiverse, like make it
DC
that confusing for some reason.
DC literally showed two flashes talking to each other, and Marvel just showed like a few lines going off in a different direction, and people are losing their minds over that.
Yeah, it's like the implications that it leads into. Like, oh shit,
Oh, yeah.
you get to see this now.
It's storytelling. Like DC just jumping the gun, and they're like, "Look, you see what we're doing?" And it's like, "What are you doing?" You know?
Look at the
But this is
direction
like-
we're going.
Yeah,
This is what we're doing, which I thought DC should have done since the beginning, since the CW show started.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have like
yeah.
a Superman show, which they already have, which is like one of the best Superman shows ever made.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they could have like a Batman show from another like universe. They didn't have to have like people will watch a Batman TV show, and they'll watch a Batman movie with no problem. Like that's how much people love Batman.
Yeah.
Like,
If they make a Batman TV show, I have to automatically watch it, like whether it's good or bad.
yeah, so that's like one of the things like DC should have jumped on from the beginning. Just have like a multiverse thing set up that you're able to do all these things without worrying about it, which they eventually came to do, but too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see where it all leads. They showed like some pictures from the Flash movie. They showed like Michael Keaton's Batcave, the Batmobile. They show Supergirl in her suit, her complete suit, which looks dope.
Yeah.
Which is definitely the Injustice Supergirl that they're doing, not the cousin from the comics.
Oh, the Power Girl version?
Yeah, no, they're doing the
She's
from the
short.
Injustice comic book, the short black hair. She's Lois Lane's daughter. That they have.
Oh.
Yeah. So she's like Superman's daughter was Lois Lane. That's like the Supergirl that they're doing.
Oh, yeah, it's a
It's
different
like-
reality, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the Flash. So people are like, oh, they thought they were doing the cousin thing again. They're like, nah. There's a reason why she's not blonde and she has short black hair because they're doing like the Injustice version of it. It seems like,
Yeah.
Even the costume looks like the Injustice comic book version of it.
Okay. I'm down for that. I'm excited for that Flash movie.
Yeah. So we'll see where they're gonna go with that. See all the changes they're gonna make afterwards. I don't think they're gonna actually make Michael Keaton the Batman of the new universe, but who knows what they're gonna do.
No, he's not gonna be the Batman of the universe.
That'd
Just
be
for the
pretty-
Flash.
It'd be dope if they make Batman Beyond.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're saying that he doesn't have like the mentor role for
That'd be
Batman
cool.
Beyond. Yeah,
It's like,
but to have like Batman Beyond in the DC universe now with like all these heroes still around, like, you know what I mean? It won't really be Batman Beyond. It'll be like a new Batman for now. You know what I mean?
Make a new Batman with Michael Keaton as the mentor, like a current time Batman.
mhm.
That'd be a good way to get Ben Affleck out of that role.
Or have Dick Grayson become Batman or some shit. Make it interesting.
Oh yeah.
That'd be sick.
Man, that Twilight guy is so angry about the Snyder cut and Ben Affleck.
Wait, what?
Because
Are you
people want Ben Affleck back as like Batman.
You
And
hearing
Twilight
that?
guy is like super tight
Robert
about
Pattinson.
that. Robert Pattinson, there you go.
He's really upset about that.
I heard he's upset about that. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Well,
Yeah.
who wouldn't be? 'Cause
Yeah.
they're fucking-
If I were in his position, I'd be super pissed about that.
But you really gotta blame Warner Brothers though, because they're fucking cowards. Like,
Yeah.
just go. Like, they should have just let Ben Affleck do whatever he wanted to do. But like, I think the pressure of the Snyder cut. Not first of all, Batman vs Superman sucked, so he was getting shit for that. Like everybody was Ben Affleck, like the whole Martha shit, whatever, whatever. So I was already stressing them out. End up Justice League shit with the whole, Snyder leaving and Josh Whedon coming in and doing reshoots.
Yeah.
I think he was just tired of the shit already.
You saw in that
That's
interview.
why. Yeah, because he was hyped for the movie because he was gonna write and direct it. But like his friends were like, "Don't do that shit," because you're trying to recover, like not trying to be an alcoholic, and this shit's gonna lead you to drink
Yeah.
and shit like that. So that's why he stepped away. So I'm like, damn. That's why. But at the same time, like, why are you gonna? If you're gonna cast a younger version of Batman, all right, but like just doing a whole new universe about it, like new characters, a new Jim Gordon, which we had like this dude as Jim Gordon for a couple movies already
That's right.
in the Batman universe. J.K. Simmons.
Now they're getting Westworld guy.
Yeah. Jeffrey Wright. Which he should be a good Jim Gordon.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna be good.
I don't know, man. The Batman content, I'm just getting over it after a while. Like
It's like with their old movies, DC just still does not know what the fuck they're doing.
Like we get another young Batman in his early days, which we got how many times already? Like
He's gonna train with Ra's al Ghul again.
I don't want to see no training shit. Supposedly this is like the second year at him as Batman, so hopefully he'll be like more getting to the Batman character. It's just him training, learning how to be Batman.
He's also like very, very angry Batman.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like he's
Ben
like
Affleck?
No, Robert Pattinson.
Oh, really? He's
like,
angry?
Yeah.
Remember in the trailer, he's just beating the crap out of
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like he hasn't like learned how to be Batman. He's still learning how to do things. So like him acting like that, that's the way. Supposedly that's the way he thinks. Like people fear him. He just beats the shit out of people like that. You know what I mean? So
that'll work on me.
We'll see how that goes. Bad news about the show though. The HBO Max show, the showrunner left already from the Gotham show that they were going to do from with the same universe as the Batman film.
I've never heard about this news, but I could tell you why he left.
Why?
He said, "Why the fuck do we need another Gotham show?
Yeah.
I don't need this. I don't need this in my resume."
I don't want to do this shit. Everybody knows Gotham was born before Batman.
Everybody's just waiting for the end of Gotham.
The show's Batman.
Everybody's just waiting for the end when Jim Gordon got his mustache and he became the head chief police and flew past the camera.
Like nobody wants to see Batman, the teenage Bruce Wayne in the Gimp outfit, trying to be Batman.
They're trying to make that young kid look so old.
Oh my god! I was like, it's not gonna happen. And the asshole's like, yeah, I want to play Batman. I'm like, you're not gonna be Batman, bro. I can never see you as Batman. I can never see
Batman, get over it.
Unless he matures and gains like man muscle, like nah. Like he's like one of those dudes that's gonna stay skinny, whatever he does.
Yeah,
skinny, scarecrow type of guy.
Yeah,
like his lifetime achievement was playing Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And listen, if I were him, what you said?
He's also Robert California's son in The Office.
That was him?
Yeah, the little kid in the zombie.
Yeah, he looks just the same. At the end of the Batman Gotham, he looks just the same.
I get it. You're Kerrigan, Queen of Blades.
Like, you look mad young, bro. Like, nah. Like, nobody wants to see you as Batman. I want to see a grown as Batman.
And if I were in his position, I would be honored to play Bruce Wayne and not Batman.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Now, you want to do a show of him training, going around the world training before he becomes Batman? Yeah, do that.
Yeah, man.
Have him learn karate while he's filming, doing karate, learning karate. You know what I mean?
Superimpose my head over some guy with abs. I'll be okay with it.
But that's what they did at the last shot, where as him as dressed as Batman. They had like an older guy in the Batman suit, but they had a kid's face.
Oh,
yeah, but they had like, yeah, it was like mad CGI shit.
That's horrible.
How do you act for when your head is superimposed on like a body? Like when he's fighting, you would just go, yeah.
I would tell you guys just to watch the last. I would just tell you guys to watch the last episode of Gotham just for like the hell of it.
Wow.
Mr. Freeze's football armor comes through.
Well, the Riddler and Penguin finally get outfits that comic accurate outfits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
They
saw
fuck?
that.
Huh? No, they don't. Fuck. They abandoned that storyline as
Ah.
randomly as they took it on. They abandoned it.
Yeah.
That's fast. Well, I guess that's a good time to end the podcast. I love some Gotham talk.
On the
That horrible
gay
show.
Gotham. On the gay Gotham talk.
Gay Gotham. Gay Gotham.
Riddler did that thing that
Gay them.
Riddler did that thing that the experimental friend does. Where he
Yeah.
goes like, "Hey, would it be weird if we made out?" No. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, it'd be
Oh, they
super
had-
weird. Fuck that.
They had to sleep over and they're sharing like the bed or whatever. Like the Penguin just sliding on closer to the Riddler. Just rub it on against them. Let's see what happens.
It's like, hey,
Scumbag shit. Like, what are you doing?
wouldn't it be weird if we compared dicks?
Yeah. Hey, we're supervillains. It's just part of the job.
And the Riddler's friend is like not willing to cooperate at all. So he's
Yeah.
like, yes, that would be super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What's the
yeah,
matter?
definitely. I was just thinking about how weird that would have been. Super
Well,
weird. I
guy-
don't like that at all.
Before we start talking about supervillain dicks.
Penguin
Like
has
always.
a small purple dick. I know for
Yeah.
sure.
Who's that?
Penguin, he had definitely like a small purple Trump dick.
Like, it's frostbitten for some reason.
Penguin.
Oh, man.
Well, like always, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and we're just a couple assholes with some opinions. Thanks for listening. Till next time, peace out.
Peace. We gotta talk about villain dicks at some point because
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about.
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same